Holy shit. He said what?
Which I'm sure she is penning. She is a good writer, and it'll be filled with vitriol and filled with lies. I mean, she will not tell the truth because she wants sensational headlines.
Didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She just got lucky.
What the f*** is going on with Harry?
How dare you?
You're in my house now.
You want a piece of me?
Have you ever seen that video?
No.
Pull that video up, because it's one of my favorite.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry.
Because I'm business-minded, I'm immediately going, okay, well...
A lot of people accuse Meghan of changing Harry, but do you think this is the real Harry?
If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Right away, Megs.
It's just Harry, being a simple soul, has easily changed to suit Meghan's agenda and Meghan's living with Meghan. So I think we're now seeing a different Harry.
Hi, oh my God, it's been so long, Miss Meghan Markle.
To be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like,
The focus is starting to shift off of me.
Whoopi Goldberg has never been one to hold back. The ghost actress, legendary talk show host, and outspoken voice on The View has spent decades navigating Hollywood, politics, and cultural debates, and she's earned a reputation for speaking her mind without filters. So when she recently addressed Meghan Markle, people knew she wasn't going to tiptoe around the topic. At 69, Whoopi didn't just make a casual remark, she delivered a statement so sharp that it instantly dominated headlines, calling Markle's actions trivial and uninteresting. But what led to this bold and unflinching critique? Was it frustration over Meghan's continued presence in the media, the public attention surrounding her royal past, or something more specific that triggered Whoopi's response? And why did viewers across social media react so strongly, with some applauding Goldberg's honesty and others criticizing her for being too harsh? What makes this situation even more compelling is the contrast between the two women. On one hand, Meghan Markle is seen as a modern figure navigating life after royalty, balancing public scrutiny, personal projects, and family life. On the other hand, Whoopi Goldberg is a seasoned entertainer who has witnessed countless celebrity controversies and cultural moments, and she knows when to call out what she sees as media hype or unnecessary drama. It's this combination of experience, honesty, and no-nonsense attitude that makes Goldberg's remarks about Markle so striking. For many viewers, it wasn't just a comment, it was a wake-up call about how even public figures who seem untouchable can face criticism from unexpected quarters. The moment that really put Whoopi Goldberg in the headlines happened during a 2025 segment on The View. The CO hosts were discussing Meghan Markle's use of her former royal title, HRH, in a private note to a friend. While some of the other hosts tried to analyze or defend Markle's actions, Whoopi cut straight to the heart of the matter and didn't hold back. With her signature mix of sarcasm and blunt honesty, she exclaimed, "Wake me up when you're done," signaling that she found the conversation entirely uninteresting and frankly overblown. But Whoopi's frustration went deeper than just impatience.
I've convinced you to leave the royal family. Like, I'm out. I don't need you guys. Which is crazy, because don't you just get free money?
She stressed that the real issue wasn't Meghan's use of the title, it was the publicizing of a private note. According to Goldberg, the attention should have been on the person who leaked the note, not the Duchess herself. This subtle but pointed critique revealed a lot about how Whoopi views media coverage. She has little patience for manufactured drama or stories that inflate trivial matters into major controversies. Fans quickly noticed that Goldberg's reaction was different from typical celebrity commentary. She wasn't simply criticizing Meghan, she was criticizing the way the media and public had blown a minor incident out of proportion. For Whoopi, the spectacle around Meghan had become a symbol of how trivial stories can dominate headlines, distracting people from more meaningful conversations, and it wasn't just a one-off comment. Throughout the discussion, Goldberg maintained a sharp, skeptical tone, highlighting her growing weariness with Meghan-related segments. She made it clear that, at this point, the media obsession with Markle had reached a level that felt unnecessary. and, in her words, trivial and uninteresting. This reaction set the stage for an even larger debate, one that would ripple across social media and news outlets alike. Viewers and commentators were divided. Some applauded Whoopi's candidness, calling her the voice of reason, while others accused her of being dismissive or even unfair. Either way, her remarks sparked conversation, shining a spotlight on just how much influence Goldberg's opinions carry and how they can shape public perception. The controversy that really caught Whoopi Goldberg's attention involved a personal gift Meghan Markle gave to a friend, signed with her former royal title. On the surface, it might have seemed like a simple, thoughtful gesture, a homemade strawberry jam with a handwritten note, but the inclusion of HRH turned it into a media sensation almost overnight. Critics argued that using the title was inappropriate after her and Prince Harry stepped back from royal duties, while others defended it as harmless and personal. For Whoopi, the debate seemed completely overblown. She wasn't just frustrated with Markle, she was frustrated with the way this story was amplified. To Goldberg, the real problem wasn't the Duchess's note, it was the public's obsession with a minor act. Her comments highlighted an important perspective. The media often treats private moments as public spectacles, and Meghan had become a symbol of that dynamic. Fans noticed the sharp contrast between the gift itself, a small, personal gesture, and the outrage it sparked online. Social media quickly filled with reactions, some mocking the fuss, others defending Markle, and still more using the story as a jumping-off point to criticize broader media coverage. Whoopi's blunt dismissal, calling the story trivial and uninteresting, cut through the noise, reminding viewers that not everything deserves the attention it receives. This episode also raised questions about how celebrities navigate privacy. For Meghan, who lives under intense public scrutiny, even a simple act of kindness became fodder for headlines. For Goldberg, it was a clear example of how absurd media exaggeration can get and why some stories simply aren't worth the hype. Her reaction resonated with viewers tired of relentless coverage, and it positioned her as a voice willing to call out the spectacle for what it was. And just when it seemed the story might settle down, Goldberg's remarks sparked a new wave of commentary, online debates, news stories, and social media threads dissecting not just Meghan's actions, but Whoopi's reaction to them. It became clear that this wasn't just about a gift, it was about perception, media influence, and the growing fatigue with trivial celebrity controversies. Over time, Whoopi Goldberg's comments revealed more than just frustration with a single story. They reflected a deepening weariness with the constant media spotlight on Meghan Markle. It wasn't just the gift or the HRH title that bothered her, it was the relentless coverage of every small detail in Meghan's life, from her projects to personal moments. During several The View segments, Goldberg made it clear she was tired of dissecting every action of the Duchess. Whether it was Meghan's appearances, charitable efforts, or even personal anecdotes, Whoopi's blunt attitude suggested she saw much of the coverage as overblown and unnecessary. Her sharp sarcasm, eye rolls, and comments like "wake me up when you're done" weren't just humor, they were a signal that she had reached a point of public fatigue. Fans and critics noticed a pattern. Goldberg didn't attack Meghan personally, but rather critiqued the way the media and public treated her. To Whoopi, the fascination with Markle often overshadowed more important stories, turning trivial events into global controversies. This perspective resonated with viewers who were tired of sensationalized headlines and constant speculation. Even when other CEO hosts attempted to discuss Meghan respectfully or analyze her actions, Goldberg often redirected the conversation, emphasizing that the focus should be on larger cultural issues rather than obsessing over the Duchess. Her commentary highlighted an interesting paradox. While Meghan remained a central figure in media discussions, a seasoned commentator like Whoopi was starting to disengage, refusing to lend drama to what she saw as minor matters. This growing disinterest wasn't just passive commentary, it became a defining feature of Goldberg's voice on The View. It painted her as someone willing to speak uncomfortable truths about celebrity culture, the media's role in shaping narratives, and the way trivial stories can dominate public attention. Her perspective offered viewers a refreshing lens, one that questioned why we invest so much energy in minor controversies instead of meaningful discourse. By making her frustration public, Whoopi didn't just express boredom, she sparked a debate about attention, narrative, and the price of constant scrutiny in the lives of public figures. Another area that drew Whoopi Goldberg's sharp attention was Meghan Markle's past television appearances, particularly her time on shows like Deal or No Deal. Meghan had previously spoken about feeling objectified or scrutinized during her TV career, describing moments when she felt under intense public observation. But Whoopi didn't exactly see it the same way. Goldberg questioned Meghan's perspective, pointing out that the nature of TV is inherently performative. "I don't know that the people who are sitting there are thinking about you like that," Whoopi remarked. "They're thinking, I want the money. That's TV, baby. But what did you think you were going to? You know that's what the show was." Her words weren't meant to diminish Meghan's experiences, but rather to highlight a disconnect between perception and reality in the entertainment industry. What made this critique compelling was Whoopi's tone honest, direct, and a little biting. She didn't frame it as a personal attack, but as an observation about how television works and how celebrity narratives are often exaggerated. For viewers, it offered a new lens on Meghan's public image, questioning whether some of the stories that dominated headlines were truly as significant as they seemed. The reaction online was immediate. Some fans praised Goldberg for her frankness, appreciating a voice willing to cut through the media noise and point out the realities behind celebrity life. Others accused her of being dismissive, arguing that Meghan's experiences should be validated rather than questioned. Either way, it reinforced the growing divide between public perception and Goldberg's no-nonsense perspective. By examining Meghan's media persona this way, Whoopi further emphasized her central point. Much of the attention on Markle, whether from past TV roles or royal endeavors, often turns minor events into exaggerated narratives. Her critique wasn't just about Meghan, it was about how the media, fans, and celebrity culture magnify small details, sometimes losing sight of the bigger picture. This insight set the stage for the next controversy, showing that Whoopi's frustration with Markle's coverage wasn't isolated. It reflected a broader skepticism of sensationalized stories that dominate headlines for weeks on end. Whoopi Goldberg's blunt remarks about Meghan Markle didn't just stay on The View, they ignited a wildfire across social media and news outlets. Fans, critics, and casual viewers all weighed in, and the responses were as divided as they were passionate. Some viewers applauded Goldberg for her honesty, calling her the voice of reason and praising her for refusing to get swept up in trivial controversies. Comments flooded Twitter like, "Finally someone saying what we've all been thinking." And Whoopi doesn't waste time with nonsense respect. Many felt her critique cut through the endless speculation surrounding Meghan, offering a refreshing perspective in a world obsessed with minute details of celebrity life. On the flip side, some audiences accused Goldberg of being too harsh or dismissive. Critics argued that her comments minimized Meghan's experiences, especially in media scrutiny and public judgment. Headlines like "Whoopi Goldberg trivializes Meghan Markle's struggles" appeared on multiple news platforms and forums. Lit up with debates about fairness, bias, and the role of media in amplifying celebrity narratives, the discussion didn't stop at entertainment circles. Cultural commentators and royal watchers joined the conversation, using Goldberg's remarks as a springboard to explore the larger issues at play: media obsession, celebrity fatigue, and the public's appetite for scandal. Her statement became more than just a comment on Meghan. It sparked debates about the balance between public interest and personal privacy, and how society treats figures in the spotlight. Even months later, the conversation continues online. Memes, video clips, and comment threads referencing Goldberg's trivial and uninteresting line keep resurfacing, showing that her words left a lasting mark. It wasn't just a fleeting moment of TV drama, it became a talking point that reminded viewers how one strong, candid voice can shape perception and reignite debates. By voicing her opinion so directly, Whoopi reinforced her reputation as a no-nonsense commentator willing to challenge public fascination and call out what she sees as inflated narratives. The reactions, both positive and negative, illustrate just how polarized discussions around Meghan Markle remain and why Goldberg's commentary became such a significant cultural moment. At T69, Whoopi Goldberg has proven once again that she isn't afraid to speak her mind, no matter how controversial the topic. Her comments about Meghan Markle calling her trivial and uninteresting weren't just casual remarks. They were a candid critique of media hype, celebrity obsession, and the way trivial moments are often blown out of proportion. Goldberg's perspective reminds viewers that even figures as prominent as Meghan are subject to constant scrutiny, and that public fascination can sometimes turn minor actions into major controversies. Whether you agree with her or not, her words spark an important conversation. How much attention do we give to celebrity drama, and when does it start overshadowing more meaningful stories? The backlash, praise, and endless debates online show that Goldberg's voice resonated widely. Fans applauded her honesty, critics questioned her fairness, and cultural commentators used her statements as a lens to discuss media obsession. It's a moment that illustrates not just the power of words, but the influence of perspective. In shaping public discourse. In the end, Whoopi Goldberg's bluntness isn't just entertaining, it's a challenge to all of us to think critically about the stories we consume, the headlines we click on, and the narratives we let dominate.